Hey guys, good morning, Monday morning, and we have a new friend joining in today. Her name is Gayatri. She is joining in from Chennai. She has done multiple stuffs and talking in brief about Gayatri. She is an educational therapist. She is a mom. She is an entrepreneur. She is running this particular brand called Flourishing Kids, and she is making a lot of workshops. She's doing a lot of workshops for parents and kids. She believes that the education can be tilted and it's in our hands. So she's done crafting on individual plans which will enable kids who are struggling to study unleash their strength and potential. So I've gone through her page and I've gone through some of the articles. I think typical workshops are like, "How are you doing, baby?" I think the Gayatri some workshop like that happened. So I'm really curious to know about it. Maybe for me and our friends who are totally new to you, maybe you can introduce about yourself. How did you start this passion? Why kids? Why are you trying to transform kids and teachers? And trying to change the way our current education system is. So over to you. Maybe you can guide us how you're doing this.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Dr. Gayathri. Thanks, Ravi, for inviting me to this WurkTV show. I'm happy to be connected with you all. So, I'm a mom, as you all introduced me. I'm a dentist.
Oh,
I'm a dentist. Once I started my dentistry, when I started with my clinicals, especially. To be frank, my mom is a psychology graduate,
mhm.
so I'm always interested in the psychology side. So when I started my clinicals in my third year, I started seeing people. I started interacting with many of them. I just went curious what they actually think in their minds, what is happening, and why do they react to few situations like this. And as we start interacting with many patients and many people, I got interested in the psychology. And so I did my counseling and psychotherapy. That was my introduction to the psychology field. I then moved on with my clinicals. I had a small break, motherhood break. Uh, After that, I started my clinic. I was having a clinic over here in Chennai. So I started my clinic. Then, as my child started with schooling, I decided to start with him in Montessori environment.
Okay.
So there I got to know more about this education, the concepts, everything. That is how I got interested in this education field, basically educational therapy. So this is my brief intro on how I became an educational therapist. Now I am into this from past 2 years. Yeah.
Superb. So why this particular name? Flourishing Kids. Why did you choose this particular name?
Yeah, as you mentioned already, I think that every kid is unique, and every time we want them to grow, they have to flourish. It's not only through their academics or any specific thing, they have to flourish as a whole.
Hmm.
It's like their transformation. So the kid actually transforms and flourishes into a grown up adult. So that is how I choose this name, Flourishing Kids. I want them to get transformed in all lovely ways, what they want to do. Yeah.
So why dyslexia? I mean that is one term. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it correctly. You're a doctor. I'm not a doctor, so I hope dyslexia is the right way of pronouncing it. So why are you also choosing that as one of the category? What is the behavior of this particular student?
Yes. Dyslexia is the correct term. It is like specific learning disorder in reading. That is dyslexia. There is some difficulty in language.
Hmm.
Then it is called as dyslexia. I chose this field especially because there are many kids who are dyslexic or they have some signs of dyslexia, but it is not being exposed. Parents don't know. Most of the times, parents don't know. If parent knows also, they think that it's some term that we should not use it, or my kid will be labeled like that. So I don't want my kid to be like that. And one more thing for teachers also, many teachers uh, doesn't know how to handle kids with dyslexia. So I want to address them. main thing is that I want the kid to have their own self confidence and they should not lose their self esteem. So this is why I chose this field, dyslexia especially, where these kids are in the traditional schools and they have these issues. And if we address them at the correct time and intervene them, they will grow up to big flying colors.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a very good idea because existing teachers in the schools are busy with their own agenda, their own curriculum, and on the subjects which they have to teach, the number of sessions or classes they have in the school. They might not be in a position to pay additional attention to these kids. So organization like yours can actually spend more time with those kids and ensure that they do their regular schooling and also get more help from you so that they can excel forward. I hope that's the way this works, right?
Yes, definitely. Yeah, those kids need some extra pull-out classes or remediation classes
Hmm.
so that they can continue with their normal traditional stream, and then they can have the support from us. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a good idea because Gayatri, what happens is if you put a separate school for this, okay, parents would hesitate. It basically, and kids also will have this particular feeling that I'm being treated differently. I'm like, I'm a differently abled
Yeah.
person, sort of a thing. But continuing with their normal school, but having these sessions separately to help them out,
Yeah.
makes their life normal, and it's just that they are paying additional attention to the issues they have. Very small issue, and not a serious problem, but they're still trying to overcome that. Good.
Yeah.
Nice
Yeah.
way of.
So kids with dyslexia have many strengths within them. It is us to identify that and work on their strengths, and don't make them feel like they are isolated. Or parents also should understand that they are very very smart kids. That's what I wanted to mention. Yeah. Yeah.
So how are you engaging them now? During pandemic, are they going through some online classes or?
Yeah. Now, because of this pandemic, I have also started with online sessions
Mhm.
with kids. But one thing I've reduced is that my regular classes are for 1 hour. Now I'm only taking classes for half an hour because I feel kid can't sit more than half an hour in before the system and work. So that's the one thing I changed out, and it's working well with kids also. Yeah.
So anything else? Any other secret? So it has come out that you're a dentist. You reveal that secret. I thought you've done a doctorate in education itself, and then you suddenly said you're a dentist. Any other secrets of
Yes.
Gayatri which we are not aware of?
Yeah, it's like my mother tongue is Telugu and my native language is. So this is one thing many friends doesn't know. Many of them think that I am Tamil,
Mhm.
and only my family members and few members think that they know that I know Telugu, but my Telugu is only confined to spoken Telugu, and I don't know the written dialect.
Yeah, same
Of
here.
course, I see
Yeah.
Telugu movies, a lot of Telugu movies.
So same here,
Yeah.
though my mother tongue is Telugu and I was born and brought up in a naval area, so I don't know how to read and write. Yeah, and thanks to movies and movie posters. So those days when you go to college and all that, you have these large posters which were stuck in the wall. So
Yeah.
that was a common way of promoting movies those days. So seeing the posters, I could learn Telugu and some words of Telugu. But good.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Then one more thing, I take many courses. Usually, I like books. Maybe the love for books transformed into taking courses. I want to upskill and upgrade myself every time. Presently, also, I'm taking almost 3 courses simultaneously. Online has given many chances for me. So I usually take many courses and I try to upskill myself every day. Yeah.
Super. You look like somebody who's just graduated out of college and just got married. How are you planning? Managing so much. You're a mom. You're managing your home and your business, and then apart from that, you're studying. How is that all possible?
Yeah, one thing is that I try to manage my time and I have a very good family support. I really have a strong backbone for me.
So how much time does your
From
husband have?
all,
Like half an hour he gets sort of Gayatri, or How much time does he get to see you?
I make sure that I have equal time spent with my husband and my kid, and I'm in a joint family, so
Okay.
I'm getting a lot of support. Yeah,
Super, super. God
yeah,
bless all your family members, because without that support, most of these things are not possible. Not only.
yeah. My parents and my sister motivate me daily.
Mhm.
It's like their motivation, and here in my home, I've got a very big support. That's why I think I can make all these things possible. Yeah.
So seeing your profile, looks like you're more of a people person. You're like, you like to be with teachers, with kids all the time, and that's where you're like, in your full energy. So I've seen your website, and your workshops and all that. It's like every time around people. So when did you start enjoying this being together with other people?
Uh, I usually like talking. I'm an extrovert. I keep talking with anyone, and at any instant, I can connect with anyone. I'll just talk with them, and it's my way of communication. I talk with full of energy, so I think that connects me with the other people. I give kind of sometimes speeches or discussions. I interact with them. I want to know what they're thinking, and that's how I reply to them. So this is like from long back. Once I started talking with my cousins when I was a child with the cousins group, maybe that evolved into a bigger group. It's on a social platform now. Yeah.
So, as a friend, can we still approach you as a dentist, or that's like kept aside? You're only into this profession now.
I'm a dentist. I'm still a dentist. You can approach me, but now that my passion is towards the educational therapy, and I'm completely into this because I want many people to be aware of what is happening with their kids. I want to make people know it, so that I'm now moved on to this educational therapy. Yeah.
Yeah, but there is one common thing between both the things which you're doing right now. You know what is it?
Yeah. Uh, like I think that previously also actually I wanted to actually relieve the symptoms for my patients if they have any pain or anything. Similar thing I'm doing now also, but this is not a physical pain. They're having some emotional issues, and I am relieving that. So I feel that is the connect between both this.
Yeah, there is
Yeah.
one common sentence which you use for both the professions. Are you okay, baby? And this is your signature signature workshop.
Yeah. Yes, that was like a famous workshop, and that captured. Yeah, it is like, are you okay?
Hmm.
We ask, how are you doing, everything, but are you okay is like a big thing with kids and adults.
Yeah,
Yeah.
here you
Sure.
ask before the workshop, and there you ask after the surgery is over, are you okay, baby?
Definitely. I have a lot of pedo patients actually in my clinic. Usually I connect with them instantly, so I have a lot of patients who are kids. Yeah, so I have been connecting with kids from a long period of time.
Super. We need people like you in the education system, because when parents approach you or any school, we want to have that confidence that, okay, my kid is safe under his or her guidance. And when people see personality like you, who has chosen this as a passion, setting aside a passion which is like much more flourishing, and also has much more, is also evolved much more. They know that, okay, how passionate you are, and the way you're carrying yourself, the energy and all that. I mean, the parents definitely get assured that, okay, yes, they are in the right hands, and she can actually transform my kids with all the challenges they have. Super. So a doctor who is
Yeah. Thank you.
different treatment journey. I think that should be the quotation.
Thank you. I'll note it for the next workshop or talk. Thank you so much. Yeah.
So we have some rapid fire questions. So are you all set? Because this is about Gayatri, and our friends would like to know how Gayatri thinks and feels. Okay, are you all?
Okay. A little excited and little nervous.
You
Yeah,
will
let's
do
start.
great. Don't worry. People in educational field we generally don't have issues with questions. Okay, your first question.
Yeah.
Your typical Sunday versus yesterday.
Okay. Typical Sunday, I usually lie, like I take a little more sleep.
Hmm.
But yesterday I had one session, so I
Okay.
had to prepare for that. I am a typical early morning riser. I wake up and prepare for my sessions. So yesterday it was not like a typical Sunday. I woke up early and I was preparing for my session yesterday.
Okay.
That's
Did
the
you
one
prepare
different
for
thing.
this session?
Yeah.
Did this session also needed some attention, or you were like, okay, no problem. It's just a talk with Ravi. So
No, no, I just made sure that I'm like me, myself. I wanted to be the same how I am. So I didn't prepare anything for this session. I wanted to be like little relaxed so that I can answer more. That's the one thing. Yeah.
superb. So in educational field, it is generally tiring, stressful. The entire year is like about admissions till the time they have their exams, or they pass
Yeah.
out. The academic year is like full of action. So
Yeah.
how do you spend your summer breaks? I mean, let's keep COVID aside. Otherwise, how do you spend your time in summer breaks?
Yeah. Summer breaks is like vacation for me. I take at least 1 month complete break.
Hmm.
1 month is like completely, I should be free from the normal routine. I want to spend more time with my family and my kid.
Hmm.
Maybe we go out for trips sometimes. If not, also, I just want to be at home and relax and not to think of many things and confuse myself. So that is my summer break usually.
Cool, good one.
We,
All
yeah,
of you guys, teachers, need that break because it's been a long journey. So,
yes.
what can you teach to perfection? Teachers, still need to get into that perfection. There's a lot of learning that can happen. People can change the way they're teaching. So, what is your mantra, and what are you willing to share that particular mantra with people?
Yeah. I think that teachers and as a parent also, you should know that each kid have unique strength and we have to address it. It's not because that learning style is different. Learning style is different for each kid. So whenever there is a class and if there is a possibility, try using multi-sensory materials where all kids get equal attention. Then they have their learning styles also accepted. Some kids will be more towards a visual learning style, so you have to see they have to see something. For some kids it is like auditory learners, so you have to keep telling them many things through so that they can hear it, and make them do projects, do something so that they do and they get involved. So whenever possible, try to incorporate all these strategies, all kind of strategies, so that every kid is addressed and no kid is exempted from their classrooms. Yeah.
What is a good day at school? How do you feel that, after which day you feel that, yeah, as Gayatri, yeah, today was a great day at school. When do you get that feeling?
Yeah. I'm like, actually, I'm a part-time teacher, usually like part-time educational therapist. I go only and take for 1 hour. So if the kid is happy in my session, and if the kid progresses in a small issue also, and if the kid is feeling that sense of achievement in them, then I feel happy. Yeah. If they are feeling successful, that is my success. Okay.
Okay, I mean, this has been going on for generations. I've done it. My parents would have done it. Uh, every kid does it. As a student, we bluff to teachers. So, what is the current trend now? What are the kids bluffing these days?
Kids bluffing is like they say that they don't see screen time, they don't watch ipad or something, but it is not true. I know that. Kids usually say that at school, but it is not true. They watch ipad, they watch laptop and everything. I see this from very small age to 10th or 12th standard also. It is like very normal that they bluff because they want the teachers should not know that, they should not know that we are doing this.
So that's
That's
the
one
trend
thing.
now. That's the trend. So they're bluffing about the gadget, saying that yeah, I don't play PUBG, but he's out there.
Yes, 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 yes. That's true. Yeah.
Okay, what school sport or activity you enjoy watching? The kids are doing. You feel this is the right sport which should be there in every school.
Okay. I enjoy like having book discussions. If the teacher is just sitting along and making them, she reads it loud so that the kids get involved and they can enact a drama out of it on the spot. I'm not saying the planned, pre-staged dramas. They can enact it so that they keep connecting it. They understand what they are reading and what they have to do, or you can feel them actually go through those characters and feel their emotions out. This works out very good for even a KG kid and even a senior 8th standard kid. So that is one thing I want to mention over here. Yeah.
Good idea. So your first time school memory, when you first went to the school, how was the feeling as a child? First time you entered school, do you still remember those days, or you don't recollect anymore?
Um, I don't recollect it like in my kindergarten, but my mom used to say that uh, one thing was difficult because I used to talk in Telugu at home and it was Tamil outside. My mom is from typical Tamil Andhra Pradesh and she knows only Telugu. So I was only exposed to Telugu till my 3 years, 3.5 years. Then only I got to know about Tamil. So teachers used to say that please talk in Tamil with her so that she can improve in Tamil because it was the way to connect with others. So that was one thing from my mom. From my early memories, I remember going in school bus. That was my early memory. I started going in my school bus, so it is like a big journey, the 20 minutes journey. Yeah, that
Wow.
is my early memory. Yeah.
Okay, well, what are your recommendations kids should have? They must have apps for on a smartphone for kids.
Okay. There are many useful apps. I can suggest like apps like Khan Academy is very good if
Mhm.
you're focusing on your educational side. Khan Academy. Then you can actually introduce them to a different world through these games. If your kid is playing a small game, if they're playing games like Minecraft,
Mhm.
you can introduce them a small book about Minecraft. They can read the book. You can introduce an audio book on the same concept of Minecraft, and then you can make them play. They can build own things. So these are things like where the kid is like building their own things, and they're learning more rather than only focusing on the
Like,
typical education where we say English, maths, language. They can focus on much more skills. There are useful apps for kids, so I think parents should go ahead for it. Yeah.
so when Gayatri is partying, how does that party look like?
Okay. My typical parties are birthday parties, especially for my kid or my friends' kids. This is my typical birthday parties. We just go and have cakes. That's it. This is my typical party style, at least recently. That is the only thing we go out. Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any spirit animal? Do you believe in astrology? Do you believe that okay you're related to sun sign or spirit animal?
No, I don't believe in that. In fact, I don't remember my sun sign or my star. Usually, my husband or my mother should say from behind. That is the star in temple also. So I'm not a person who believes in that. I don't believe in it. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
How does technology in some occasion makes it very difficult to learn?
Technology is like it's a new thing, and why it makes difficult is that if people start entering it for the first time, they just see only the people who are there for already in it for 3 years or 4 years, and then think, okay, I don't know this. But probably don't look at them. You have to look at people who have just entered along with you. Just look at them, and then you can enter. It's like technology is now very, very user friendly. So you can actually explore it. Maybe if you're not comfortable with that technology, if you're not comfortable with Facebook, maybe they will like Instagram, or maybe they will like in some other form. So keep exploring it, and you see people of your same interest, and then get motivated to do it. Yeah, that's it.
You have awesome collection of feedback that you put in your website. So, what is the best one out of it?
Yeah. Okay, best one was I shared my actual experience in the classroom with a kid, and many people said that they can relate more now because it was real, authentic experience which I shared it, and everyone started asking me like, please share many more of those kind, so that we can connect more with them, and I like kind of explain it detail. So that is like one feedback I got from many of the participants. Yeah.
So, Gayatri, do you remember all the kids' name because you will be dealing with many kids. So, do you remember all
Yeah,
their
yeah.
names by their face?
Yeah, mostly because it is like my classes are only individualized classes. So I remember them, everyone. I
Wow.
remember them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't have done that. That's not possible. I'm very bad at remembering names. So
Okay.
good, good.
Yeah, yeah. So it's like because it's a personalized sessions, I have to sit with them for half an hour completely, and I take only two kids at a time. I don't take more than that.
Okay.
So I remember them more.
So
Yeah.
what does your kids talk about you? When somebody is asking
Uh,
what does your mom say, do, what is that they respond to them? How do they introduce you
yeah.
to their friends or
Okay.
relatives?
Yeah. My kid says that like I'm a special teacher. Um, my kid also knows that he says the same thing like you have to see which you are strong in. Maybe you don't know cricket, you know football. Come, let's play with that. So I think that's what he got from me. It's okay. It's okay. You don't know cricket. We'll play football. He accepts it because he understands that there is something like strength of each individual. So he mentions that, and now he learned. He's 8 years old, so he says clearly educational therapist with his own words.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, that's it.
Good. Nice,
Okay.
nice knowing you, Gayatri. So, with all this experience, what would you do if you become the chief minister? What are the areas you would focus on?
Yes. Thank you for asking this, and it's really a very good question to be asked. With all this, like, I want one counselor to be appointed for every classroom. We have school counselors in many schools. Definitely, there is a school counselor who has done psychology. So my point is that each class should have one counselor. It's not that you go and approach a counselor if there is some problem with the kid. It's not that way. You have to be like, as you have a language teacher, English teacher, maths teacher, social teacher, there should be one more teacher. They are like for the emotional needs of the kid. They can kids can go and express themselves, and it should start as early as in the classrooms, because as adults also we suffer this. We don't know how to talk about ourselves, we don't know how to express ourselves to others because we haven't been trained in that way. So you must have one counselor for each class. I will say from the play group till the college, every classroom, for if you there are 30 students, there should be one counselor. So that is my thing. It has to be addressed as soon as possible.
I agree with you
Yeah.
because nowadays, the mentalities have changed. Earlier, like we were having challenges with like maybe one kid out of 40 those days. But nowadays, there are challenges. Kids are like more frustrated. Kids are more aggressive in nature. So definitely, I think some of these things need to be nourished from the childhood rather than I agree with you. I think just one counselor for school, entire school with hundreds, thousands of kids. What will that
It's
person do? So except for waiting for a complaint and then addressing it, what you're saying is right. Good.
yeah, yeah. That's what I wanted to mention. Kids should be like exposed more outside the classroom. in however possible time. They should be like not only with the teachers in the confined 20 by 20 classrooms. They should be exposed to the outside world. If possible, we have to ask them to do internships in the schooling itself. In the schools itself, they should go and approach some whichever possible nearby local areas. They have to take an internship, and it has to be graded also, because people look out for grades.
True.
People look out, like if it is a mark only, there is a push. It takes still many more years for parents to understand that grades only doesn't matter. So maybe you can incorporate that as a subject from ninth standard, probably, so that kids go out, let them learn, let them understand what is happening outside the world, beyond the four walls. Yeah, that's it.
Nice
Yeah.
connecting with you, Gayatri. And anything you want to say to the audience before we end the show? Any message from your side to parents or teachers, to schools?
Okay. Uh, just one thing which I wanted to mention is that there are some kids who have learning challenges, and it's high time we address them. And please understand that learning challenges is not at all related to the intelligence of the kid. It is their different learning style, and we have to know their learning style and their strength and proceed with them. We have to motivate the kids and make them feel empowered. They should have their self confidence build up. That's it. Yeah.
Good. Thanks a lot, Gayatri. It was so nice knowing you. We need people like you who are in the system, who are doing things differently. Follow your passion. Though you've studied, you've chosen your profession as a healthcare professional earlier, but decided that this is where your heart is, and then moved here. Not many people do that. So you've done that, and you're really driving this passionately. I can see your workshops and the energies which you're spreading across. So keep up the good work. So friends, do follow Gayatri, and connect with her. And I'm sure this would definitely help your kids, kids of your friends. It's always good to give good advices to friend, and ensure that they are in the right hands. So thank you, friends, for joining in. Thank you so much, Gayatri, for joining in, taking time out for this lovely session. A lot of learnings for me also personally, and yeah, I'm sure we can connect more friends over here, and pass on much more energies out here. Thank you, and have a
Yeah.
great
Uh,
day.
yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much, Ravi. And thank you, Work TV, for having me over here. Yeah. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Bye. We'll stay connected.